Everyone, have a look at the hand here from yesterday, from our BBO match, and just show you a few things in relation to declare a play. Tony's asked me a question here about the bidding sequence where Ron bid 6 hearts. We got to 6 hearts after a splinter, and we were able to identify a singleton. One of the questions he asked, and hearts were trumps on that particular hand, and he asked why I didn't bid 4 no trump on the hand. And that's because when hearts are the trump suit, instead of using 4 no trump as our Roman key card ask, we take it down one step to 4 spades, and it fits all of the responses in. 4 spades becomes our Roman key card Blackwood when hearts are trumps. I know it can be a little bit confusing, but there is it's referred to as kickback, and it's very useful, very, very useful. Let's have a look at this hand from yesterday. The auction first. 1 spade from me is east, 4 club overcall, so obviously that's a preempt, and probably an 8 card suit. 4 spades, pass, pass, pass. The opening lead was the ace of clubs, and then South switched to a diamond, which is obviously, when he's got 8 clubs, it's almost certain that that's going to be a singleton. So the play continued to the queen and king. Now, this was nice because it meant that I had no diamond losers. Well, when you look deeper into the hand, we've lost 1 club. Let's have a look at the losers. So in clubs, we've got 1. In diamonds, none. If trumps break 3-2 in spades, then we've got 1. But in hearts, we're looking at 2 losers. So that's 4 losers. How can we eliminate one of those losers? Because someone was asking me why I played the hand as I did. But I'll just quickly show you what happened. As it continued, I won a diamond to the king. And now I played a spade to get the trumps going. So 2 trumps had already gone. And then we continued. When North played low, just in case North had queen, jack, and the 5 left, I decided to take what we call in bridge a safety play. So I safety played by inserting the 9, and it lost to South's queen. That was okay, because remember, it was South who had the singleton diamond. So they couldn't trump in because North wasn't on lead. South then continued with the 10 of hearts, and now I've still got a problem. I could play here if North has got the 3rd spade and 3 hearts or 4 hearts. I could have played 2 rounds of hearts and then played a 3rd heart, but that might have lost. And also I would have then created perhaps the same hand holding the long hearts as holding the spade. So that would have been the case here. But North has a problem on this hand. You can see that North is holding 4 hearts and all of the diamonds. So North they're going to get squeezed. So as the play continues, watch what happens. We play the ace of hearts and dummy, and then we draw the last trump to the ace. And South plays a club. So South is known to hold 8 clubs and 2 spades, and then only 3 cards in the red suit. So North can't hold on to all of those tricks. So what I do now is I lose the heart I must lose on the next play. I allow North to win a heart. And now I've lost 1 heart, the ace of clubs, and 1 spade trick. North continues with the jack of hearts, and now I can win with the king. But what's going to happen here is that North is going to come under immense pressure. You can see that they still hold the queen of hearts over the top of my 8, and they still hold enough diamonds to make sure that the last baby diamond doesn't win in dummy. So somehow I need to eliminate one of my tricks. So this is what we call a squeeze, everyone. So the next trick played was the 8 of spades. South hand has become irrelevant almost. I throw away a club from dummy, and North discards 1 diamond. They can afford that. They've still got cover over the top of dummy's baby diamond. And then when we play the last spade, I throw away the queen of clubs, and what does North play? If North discards the 7 of diamonds, then all of my diamonds become high, the jack followed by low to the ace, and then the 4 of diamonds. If they throw away the queen of clubs, queen of hearts, pardon me, my 8 of hearts is a winner as well. So North threw away the 7 of diamonds, and you can see what happens here. I claimed the rest of the tricks because my jack drew the 9, my ace drew the 10 of diamonds, and then my 6 of diamonds became the 10th trick in the endgame. So I thought that was actually a very interesting hand, everyone, from yesterday. Okay, let's go into bridge base again here, and let's move our screen across a bit here so we can get a bit of space. We can ask questions, etc. And we're going to go into, again, instant tournaments. But you can see when I click on instant tournament, do I want to play? Nothing's happening at the moment. So I've got a BBO account where I pay some dollars into that account. And I've decided that I'm going to go into the instant tournament for MPs or match points at the very top of the screen there. You see that? Very top of the screen. Instant tournament match points. So I'm going to click on that. And it costs me a 45-cent entry fee. And now our hands are up. Everyone, as I suggested, please make sure you ask questions as you go along. It's me playing here with 3 robots. I will commentate my thoughts along the way. At this point in time on a hand like this, partner's got an opening bid. I've got also an opening bid, so it looks like we're going to be in game. The question is, what game, how high, etc., etc. That will depend on us being able to describe our hands accurately. So let's make a forcing change of suit. West overcalls 2 diamonds in my singleton. That's good. Partner bids 2 hearts, and East bids 4 diamonds. Well, that's not going to trouble me much. Now, partner's 2 heart bid is a minimum. I don't think I'm going to be thinking of slam on this hand when I'm looking at 13 points opposite a minimum around 12 to 15 points from partner. Also, partner might be slightly under the gun here. Let's find out if they could have 3 hearts. I'll tap on the meeting there. And it's suggesting with BBO, they definitely have 4 cards and hearts. I would accept the 2 heart bid there, showing 3 sometimes. But in this instance, it's 4. We've got a 9 card trumpet, but I don't believe that our hand is good enough to go beyond 4 hearts. So let's try and bid 4 hearts. Remember, everyone, it's match points. And in match points, you don't need to strive for the maximum result on every single hand. Remember, over tricks are just as important as anything else. Well, this hand looks pretty straightforward. So hopefully we can draw trumps early and run the clubs and eventually be able to discard some losing spades in our hand. So on the king of diamonds, I'm going to follow suit. So they won the first trick, and now they're going to try their luck with the second diamond. Okay, well, we're going to trump in on that. Now, how many clubs have we got? 10. So the ace, king, and the queen are going to take care of the 3 outstanding clubs. So this club suit will run. So very simply on this hand, we'll start off by drawing trumps. And remember, there's 5 out against us, so 2 have gone. Another trump. 2 more have gone, so there's 1 out against us. Last trump. Yep. And here now we can afford to. Oh, sorry, pardon me. We had 5 trumps in our hand. My apologies. I wasn't paying much attention. I trumped at trick 1. That's what happens, you see. You've got to keep paying attention. King of clubs, drawing 1. For some reason now, my screen's now frozen. There we go. And now we'll play another club. Being a bit difficult this morning, our screen. Keep on playing the clubs, throw away a spade. Unfortunately, we don't have enough clubs to throw away all of our spades. So on the last trick, they're going to win the ace of spades, and we're going to take a trump at the end. So we've managed to make 11 tricks on this particular hand, and let's see how the score went on that particular hand. So I think we can look at the scores over here. Let's see, we got 50% score. Surprise, surprise, everyone. Let's see what happened to the other tables. Well, everyone has played the same contract. They've all played 4 hearts, making 11 tricks. Okay, hand number 2. East has passed. Your partner hasn't had a chance to call yet, so that's something to bear in mind. We've got a 6-4 shape. In fact, it's what we refer to as a low 6-4. And remember in the lesson on reverses, when your longer suit is lower ranking, you have to make a decision at some point in time as to whether you can afford to reverse or not. Well, this hand has 16 points, 5 cards in the lower ranking, 4 in the higher ranking diamonds, and 16 points, which means this hand will be good enough to reverse. So let's do that. Let's start by bidding 1 club. The opponents make a weak jump over call. Let's check on that bid, that 2-heart bid. That will be a weak jump over call. Partner doubles, and East raises to 3 hearts, showing 3 cards support. Now, partner's double here would be promising a negative double, promising 4 spades. Yep, at least 7 high card points and 8 total points, at least 8 total points. Now, spades is not a possibility. We could enter our diamond suit here and make sure that we try to play in a minor suit game. But the problem with doing that is that we might, 3-no trump might be the only contract or the only viable contract on this hand. The one thing that worries me about bidding 3-no trump is that they've got 9 hearts. So they've always got communication. I can't hold up the king of hearts at any stage. But is it a possibility that I have enough tricks in 5 of a minor? I'm very worried about playing 5 of a minor on this hand because we could be missing too many cards. If, let's say, we've got 6 running spades, we've also clubs, pardon me. We've also got the king of hearts, and we've got the ace of diamonds. I truly think this is a very difficult problem. I don't really want to defend on the hand, and I don't really want to bid 3-no trump and go 3 or 4 tricks down vulnerable. That may be a very poor score in match point bridge. So I think I'm going to try to involve my diamond suit. Partner will then know I've got at least 5 clubs and at least 4 diamonds, and I'm looking for game. Well, partner raised to 5 diamonds. That's good. So we'll see how we go. West, oh, very interesting choice from my partnering robot over there. West leads the 10 of clubs. Well, that's daunting. That certainly looks like to me that West has got a singleton club. And they've also got the ace of hearts. We're confident of that because otherwise they would have led a heart. So I think we'll try the jack of clubs at trick 1. See where that leads us. They overtake with the queen. Now we have to decide where to go from here. If we play another club, I think West is going to trump in. If we play a spade to the dummy and then try to finesse in diamonds, I think there's a big chance that this hand may also lose a bit of control. We are not in what you would call the best contract here. Perhaps North should have tried 4 spades over 4 diamonds. If I play a spade to the queen to try and discard a heart, that means I'm relying on West to hold both the king of spades and also the ace and another heart honor. And I don't think they'll necessarily be that good. So how about we try and extract a couple of trumps from West, and then maybe we'll play on clubs after that. So I'm going to cross over to the ace of spades. And then I'm going to try a low diamond. Okay, so the king of spades was offside, we know that. West has gotten nervous now and they've started playing the hearts. And then they've continued with another low diamond. Well, this may not be as bad as we thought. I think we can afford to win the 10 there. There's two more trumps out against us. Should I try and pull them both and then play clubs through East's known 9-8? Because East will have to split the 9-8. I think that's what we'll do. I think we'll play a low diamond across to the jack and then run the 7 of clubs. Jack here. And then I'm going to play the 7 of clubs. And I'm going to play low on that. West won the 9. That's okay. Things are looking good from here. I win the king. I draw the last trump. Now I play the king of clubs, and our clubs are all high. 6 of clubs, it's a winner. Okay, and we claim. We claim 2 more tricks. Okay, not a bad score, because you can see there up in the top corner here that up in the top corner, the 69.6% score. That's probably because we'll find that other tables got too high on that hand. Let's have a look at the score. And 69. In fact, we got 89% for playing 5 diamonds, one off. Let's look at the other tables. The other tables, they played 3 hearts West. They played 5 clubs going down, and they also played 4 spades going down. So our score at this point in time is worth 89%. That might change. I think they might. Oh no, there's a lot more scores here. Pardon me, everyone. A lot more scores. People playing 4 spades, going many tricks down. Yes. Oh well. I was hoping my partner was going to bid 4 spades. I should thank for small mercies here. Let's have a look at this hand. We're dealer again. What's our high card point tally? We've got 12 and 5, so we've got 17. I think this looks like a reasonable 1-note trump opening. For anyone who counts banzai points, that's 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So for banzai point people, and we will have a lesson on banzai points at some stage. Here, I'm going to open 1-note trump. Partner bids 3 clubs, and that 3 club bid is a minor suit transfer to diamonds. So that's what we do. We accept the transfer, especially when there's no step in between. Partner then bids 3 spades, showing 6 or more diamonds and a singleton spade. Interesting system. Well, that's very exciting. If my partner has a singleton spade and 6 diamonds, slam looks almost a certainty on this hand. So I think we will just simply ask for aces, 4-note trump. Blackwood, and my partner shows 0 or 3 key cards. Well, I've got 3, so it must be 0. I don't quite know what partner was jumping to 3 spades as a splinter on. So partner's got 0 key cards, which means we're missing the king of diamonds and the ace of clubs. So let's just simply bid 5 diamonds. We'll sign off in game. Okay. Yeah, not so sure about partner's bid, but seems to have worked. We'll play the 4 of spades from dummy, and we'll win with our ace. Now, I think with this trump suit, because the king of diamonds might be doubleton on the side, I think we should cross over to dummy, yeah, and run the queen of diamonds through a potential king. So we'll take a diamond finesse here. Remember, we're missing 4, so we're missing ace, 10, and 2 small diamonds. We're definitely going to lose to the ace of clubs. So this may be our chance to make an overtrick. And even though that means that if we did make an overtrick that slam would have made, I don't think you really want to be in a slam which has this poor a chance. So Let's cross over to dummy. Let's trump that spade. Let's lead the queen of diamonds. Ah, the king was popped in. Okay, now, should we finesse for the 10 of diamonds, or should we play a diamond to the jack? What are the odds? Well, everyone, the odds are actually to play a diamond to the jack here. The diamonds are more likely to be 2-2. So we're going to leave the 2 of diamonds. Well, they showed out anyhow. Matters not. This hand always had a trump trick. So jack of diamonds wins. And now we're going to play the king of clubs. They take the ace. Now they play the 10 of diamonds. And the 8 of clubs. So we'll let that run around to the queen. And now, everyone, it looks like we've got the rest of the tricks, doesn't it? So we've got 2 winning clubs, we've got the ace, king, queen of hearts, and we've got 2 winning trumps. So let's move on. Let's claim on this hand, claim the rest of the tricks, and see where we ended up when we look at that. So we touch on the button here. Yeah. And that hand scored 57%. Let's look at what they did at the other tables. At the other tables, someone played 3-no trump. A number of people played 3-no trump. I think that would have been a scary proposition, 3-no trump on a spade lead, especially considering you're missing the ace of clubs and also a diamond trick. I'm very happy with the contract we played. Very happy. So a lot of people, some people played 5 diamonds going down, and a number of people played 3-no trump going down. So I think our score of 57% on that particular hand, I think that score might improve as more people play. So on to hand number 4. 1 spade from West, 2 hearts from our jolly partner over there. And that 2 hearts did 5 or more hearts, 10 or more points. Gee, I'm not so sure I'm keen on the fact that this bid could be as little as 11 total points. You've heard me say time and again to you that I think 2-level overcalls are serious bids. Rhonda just asked me a question about 4-no trump asking for aces. 5 clubs, you said was 0 or 3. Isn't 5 spades for 3 aces? What we've played then, Rhonda, good question, is that we actually play Roman keycard Blackwood. And there's going to be a number of lessons coming up in I think it's next week, where we talk about improving our slam betting. And one of the wonderful ways to improve the slam betting is to learn a convention called Roman keycard Blackwood. You may have seen it in one of the newsletters a few days ago. We spoke about Roman keycard Blackwood is when you check on the 4 aces and you give the same weight, pardon me, to the king of trumps. So that's as important as an ace. And that does make sense, because when the king of trumps is missing, I mean, it's just as important as missing an ace. A king of a side suit may not be that important. Why? Because that side suit might be able to be trumped somewhere, or you might be able to throw away that card where you're missing the king on another suit. But king of trumps, you can't eat that. The king of trumps is a card that is either you have it or you don't have it. So that's where a system called Roman keycard Blackwood is very important. And to me, I mentioned it in the newsletter, I think it's the most important convention that's ever been invented in bridge. So it really does make a difference. Joe, your trick count score is in the West position up the top. Why is it that when you are playing north-south? Okay, let's have a look at the trick. So your trick count score is in the West position up the north, up top. Why is it that when you are playing north-south? When you're in the game? I'm not quite sure. I'll have to look into that, but I might note, have a chat about this as we go along now. Okay, partners bid 2 hearts on this particular hand. East is passed, and you've got this collection. I'm always wary about hands where we have a misfit. Hands where we have a misfit, quite often tricks don't seem to materialize. On this particular hand, I'm therefore, if we're misfitting, I'm going to take a bit of a backward step here. And even though I've got 14 high card points, I'm not totally convinced that game is going to happen. My longest suit here is a suit where my opponent holds 5 cards. And remember, we're playing match points. We don't have to bid game and make it. I could be wrong on this hand, but I'm going to underbid and simply bid 2-no trump. Well, partner must have a few extra values because they raised to 3-no trump. So a few extra values, which means we'll have more than 25 high card points. And if that's the case, then that means we'll be able to play this hand almost double dummy. Why? Because most of the outstanding high card points will be in the West hand. So let's pass and let's see if that knowledge takes us anywhere. And this is the type of mantra I'm speaking about when I'm mentioning to players that you have to develop a mantra every time you sit down at the table where things become automatic. So for example, you always should study the card that the opponents have led, even if it's not an honor. When it's a spot card, one of the most important spot cards to study is often if the opponents lead a 2. If they lead a 2, what can you tell about that suit? You can normally tell when they lead a 2 that they've got 4 cards, or perhaps 3, but they won't have 5 cards in the suit, assuming that their opening lead style is 4th highest. So on this particular hand, I could study the 4 of clubs, and I probably should, even though I've got ace, king, queen, jack, because I can start to make a pattern of West's shape. Well, first question is, why didn't West lead the king of spades? I think probably because you'll find that West doesn't hold king, queen, jack of spades. We'll probably find that East holds a spade honor. And if East holds a spade honor, then that may give us more clues as to the position of the other missing honors. Well, dummy's got how many high card points? 12. You've got 14, that's 26. If East has a spade honor, perhaps something like the queen, that means nearly all of the outstanding high card points are on in the West side. So on this particular hand, my first aim is to start to attack the diamond suit, but I want to do that by leading through West's almost certain ace of diamonds. So at trick 1, let's win the club in our hand. We need that king of our clubs in dummy as a vital entry later on, I'm sure. So we play the 2. East inserts the 3, and we win with the jack. Now we're going to play a low diamond. West plays low, we pop in the queen, and that wins the trick. Okay, so we know therefore the West doesn't hold a singleton ace. The only thing they may hold is that could trouble us is ace 10, another diamond. So now I can safely play a diamond back towards my hand. 5 of diamonds, king, West wins the ace. So our diamonds are high. West exits the jack of diamonds, interesting. And we win with the 8 in our hand. East has thrown a club, doesn't really mean much. But I think what will end up happening on this hand is that West has shown up with 3 diamonds. They've shown up with 5 spades, at least. So that's 8 of their cards. We can probably count how many clubs they have once we start running the club suit, which means we'll be able to work out exactly how many hearts they have. Because in the end game, I think what's going to happen here is we're going to be able to play some spades, and West will be perhaps forced to play hearts for me and finesse the queen. At this point in time, I'm going to retain the king of clubs, and I'm going to play the 4 of spades from dummy. See what, yes, East does hold an honor. Well, if East does hold an honor, what should we do now? Let's count our tricks. We've got already, we've taken 3. We've got 3 club tricks, that's 6. We've got 1 diamond, that's 7. We've got 1 heart and 1 spade. So if we duck this trick, what we may be able to do is duck the next trick in spades as well. Not the next trick, win the next trick in spades as well. And then we'll run our winners, and we'll put West under a bit of difficulty in the end game. The problem with that is I don't actually have communication to the ace of hearts. So This may be a little bit dangerous, but let's duck this trick. East now continues with the 9 of spades. We've lost 2 tricks, everyone. We can afford to insert the 10 and play a heart from dummy. Now King of Hearts. Oh, West could see what was happening. Ace of Hearts, that was easy. We'll throw away our spade. Queen of Hearts, throw away our other spade. And now we play the King of Clubs. And a low club to hand. And the 9 of diamonds is the winning diamond. We've got 2 aces. And we can probably claim. Take the last 2 tricks. A 72% score. Interesting. This might have been a very interesting hand had West led a low spade from King Jack. Let's go and have a look back at that hand, because I think it's very important to look back at the cards. So if you can see that in the corner of the screen there, West had a difficult lead because they were worried that I held the ace and the queen of spades for my 2-no trump call. And if I did hold the ace and the queen of spades, then leading away from King Jack meant that they would have been giving away a trick. So they didn't want to lead a heart. They didn't want to lead a spade. And they end up leading a singleton club. Now remember that, because that's the 2nd time in 2 weeks that one of the robots has led a singleton against my 3-no trump contract. So I think the robots are out to get me. So let's just try another hand. Okay, this is the next board, board 5. Partners passed. East has passed. Would you open that hand in 3rd seat? This is a really good question, because there's some hands that you should open in 3rd seat and some hands that you shouldn't. This is normally my principle for opening in 3rd seat. If you would have overcalled in that suit at the 1 level, then I think your hand is good enough to open light in 3rd seat. Now, that means that if the player in front of me had bid 1 club, would I have overcalled 1 diamond? The answer is yes, sirree. And it doesn't matter if I'm vulnerable or not vulnerable. Therefore, my hand is good enough to overcall 1 diamond. That also means that there's hands in 3rd position that you may actually overcall, especially if you're not vulnerable, on as little as maybe 8 points. So 3rd seat openings can be light. And it's something you and your partner should discuss, because if one of you does it and the other one doesn't realize they're doing it regularly, then it's something that you can come unstuck, because partner will always think you've got an opening bid. Now, why do people open light in 3rd seat? Well, they do it because it's likely that the player in 4th seat owns most of the high card points. So in this instance, I think that West probably has a decent hand. So let's see how we go. Partner might have a maximum pass. Let's start with 1 diamond. Whoa, West passed. Interesting. Partner bid a heart, and the next player bid 1 spade. I'm not going to bid here because it may encourage partner too much. I'm going to pass, and if my partner can end up bidding no trumps, we'll probably do what we call right side the hand. So let's pass. West to bid 1 no trump. That's interesting. Partner passed. East passed. I can't see any reason to continue bidding on this hand, everyone. I think I'm going to pass. So we're defending 1 no trump. And partner leads the 6 of diamonds. What's the 6 mean? Well, normally when they tend to lead a count card, which means if they had 2 cards, they would lead high-low. If they had 3 or 4 cards, irrespective of whether they have an honor or not. And you may have remembered that in the defense lesson we had the other day, when partner led the 2 of spades, and that you didn't know whether that meant they had an honor or they had 3. But the thing you knew was that they had 3 or more spades, or 3 or 4 spades. It's the actual number of cards that is important for the player who's bid a suit. Now I'm talking about leads in partner's suit. So if you're leading in partner's suit, the card you will lead will be consistent with count. So the 6 of diamonds, does that look like high-low? Well, only the 3's missing. So that would only be a doubleton if North has the 6-3 of diamonds. So at this point in time, I think I'm going to play the king of diamonds. So partner, see the 3 has appeared. This is a really valuable lesson, everyone. That 6, therefore, was partner's lowest diamond. Now, either it's a singleton, which I highly doubt, because I'm not sure that West would have had a 6-card diamond suit here, or it's from 3 cards. So I think now what I'm going to do is play a low diamond back and try to develop our diamond suit. Partner might have an honor. Or partner does play the 10, which is interesting. North plays the jack of spades. Now we have to start thinking of some discards here, everyone. So it's a good time to start focusing on what declarer is throwing, and they threw a club. Oh boy, partner won the king of spades. That's exciting. Very exciting. Okay, has the 7 of diamonds gone? Still got the ace of clubs here, everyone, which is good news. My 2 of diamonds is a winner. Partner's up with the queen of hearts. And partner will now find I'll throw away a club. Partner plays the queen of clubs to the king, my ace. I can take my winning 2 of diamonds. And who's got the jack of clubs? Partner. Good result, everyone. That should be a very good result. Defeating the opponents by 2 tricks. How would 2 diamonds have gone on that particular hand? Well, we got 76%. How would 2 diamonds have gone on that hand? Let's have a look, just a quick look at the data here. Data. Been listening to too much television. At the data here. So 2 diamonds would have lost 2 diamond tricks, a club trick. No, actually that could have run away. A heart trick and 3 spade tricks. So 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 diamonds would have gone down. So it was a good idea to defend on this particular hand. Okay, so far so good. Oh, no, let's have a look at what they did at the other tables. The other tables, here we are. The other tables, they defeated 1 no trump as well. Some of them passed the hand in. Isn't that interesting? They passed the hand in, which means they didn't open in 3rd seat. And I thought it was a reasonable gambit to open that hand in 3rd seat. Some people played no trumps making. Our declarer probably should have played it because they should have been able to cash their 5 spade tricks. The declarer did something a little bit odd, robot, so we got lucky. Anyway, next. East passes. Partner's not a passed hand. Let's start off with a diamond. West doubled for takeout, and partner made, what do they call this? They call this Truscott, and it's named after one of America's most famous players, and her name is Dorothy Truscott Hayden. And Dorothy made this convention where it was a forerunner to Jacoby, meaning Jacoby 2 no trump raise. And hers was an invitational plus bid. So, but it said, partner, I've got a fit for you, and I've got an invitational hand. So partner's got 5 plus diamonds and 11 plus points. And again, it's back to you. Well, partner almost certainly won't hold a 4-card major. So if partner doesn't hold a 4-card major, which they shouldn't, then it looks like they'll hold some length and some strength in clubs. I think this hand is good enough to be able to bid, certainly in high card points, but be able to ignore the singleton club because partner will almost certainly hold some values in the club suit. We could bid 3 spades, which is probably showing a stopper there, but partner might misconstrue that and think we don't have anything in hearts. So let's bid 3 no trump. And that's where we're playing. Now, the good thing about playing with these robots and practicing these hands is that you get to switch seats as declarer. You get to be able to play the hand on every time it pops up. So, oh, partner didn't have a club. They sort of had a club stopper, not really. Anyway, let's see what happens on the 10 of hearts at trick 1. I'm going to insert the 10 because I want to encourage West to play the jack. If I play the 2, West might play the ace and plop the ace of clubs on the table. They might still do that anyhow, but at least if I insert the 10, they may insert the jack themselves. No, they weren't that silly. There we go, ace of clubs. But I haven't given up because the club suit could get blocked. Queen of clubs. Jack of clubs. This is, oh, not good news. Okay, now we're going to go down. We're going to go down 2 tricks, unfortunately, because they've got, sorry, 1 trick. And we can throw a low diamond. King of hearts now. And now we can claim the rest of the tricks. Going 1 down. Good idea at the time. That's all I can say. Okay, so let's have a look at what they did at the other tables on that hand. Yeah, 14% at the other tables. Well, they played 5 diamonds and that made such pain. 5 diamonds making, 4 diamonds making, 3 no trumps going down. Ah, well. C'est la vie. We're still going 66%. That's not bad. 2 boards to go. Let's see if we can finish above 60%. Would be happy with that, or I would be. So, the south hand, you've got a 4-4-4-1, a singleton spade. If you do have a 4-4-4-1, one theory is that if the shape is 1-4-4-4, then you should open the middle of the suits, because on this particular hand, if you open 1 diamond and partner bids 1 spade, your hand is too good to bid 1 no trump. Can you see that? It's 15 points. So you can't open 1 heart because you don't have 5, but you can in turn bid 2 clubs at your next bid. Pardon me, partner will think that that's a 5-4, but the one good thing about this is that the ace, king, queen to 4 is a very good suit, so it looks like 5 cards. Here we go. So let's try the middle of the 3 suits here. Let's bid 1 diamond. 1 spade, pass, 2 spades. Should we get involved, everyone? I've only got 15 points. I don't think so. I think it's better to let sleeping dogs lie on this hand. We're vulnerable, and I really don't want to be bidding at the 3 level, so I'm going to pass. 4 spades, pass, pass, pass. Now I'm happy that I opened a diamond because partner will lead a diamond now. And they did. So let's study the 4 of diamonds. Well, there's a singleton in dummy, so I see no reason here not to, or to fib to partner. So I'm going to win the queen of diamonds. I'm not going to try and win the ace or the king to put declarer or give declarer a bit of a red herring here. So I'm going to win the queen of diamonds. Now, it's a good idea to work out how many diamonds declarer is likely to hold here. Partner's led the 4, the 3 and the 2 are missing. Partner could have 5 diamonds on this hand and not have been able to raise your hand, your suit, because they just simply have not enough points. But I reckon they probably don't have 5 diamonds. I reckon they have maybe at most 4. So declarer has quite a few, quite a few losers to be able to get rid of in that diamond suit. And the one way they're going to do that is by trumping them in dummy. So how about we start to get trumps pulled, because we can cover the club suit. We've got jack 9 to 4 here. So they're not going to be able to throw away too many hearts. I think it's a good idea here to get trumps going. 2 of clubs. Declarer is intending to cross trump this hand. So switching to a trump was a good idea. It appears to be. Now remember, event partners got the ace, queen of clubs, so I'm surprised they didn't bid something. Should we split them? I don't think so. I think we can afford everyone to throw away a club here. And we can afford to throw away a heart. So how many trumps has declarer started with? 6. They've trumped 2 clubs already. I think this is declarer's, no, declarer might have 7 trumps. So declarer has 7 trumps, no clubs, at least 3 diamonds, and probably just a doubleton heart. So we're going to throw a 4 of hearts. Yeah. King of hearts. Partners in. Declarer had the 5-card diamond suit. Interesting. We did the best we could. 10 tricks. Well done, declarer. At least we avoided some real disasters there. Real disasters, partner might have led something like the ace of clubs. Let's look at what they did at the other tables here. So we've got 53% is our score here. The other tables, some played in part scores, and some people managed to take 650. Someone got doubled and made 10 tricks for 790. So reasonably happy with our score. Okay, everyone, last hand. See if we can keep above 60. 1 spade from partner. Okay, we've got sufficient points per game, but a bid of 4 spades is consistent with what is often referred to as a weak freak raise. What's a weak freak raise? That is a hand with 5-card trump support when it's a major. So 1 spade, 4 spades, 1 heart, 4 hearts, but also limited to about 8 high card points. So only up to 8 points, because with 9 points, you would make a splinter bid. Why do I say splinter bid? Because typically you will, with the 5 cards in spades, you would need to also hold a singleton or a void. So we'll go through these things when we talk about slam bidding in the future lessons, everyone. But here, partner's bid a spade. I'm simply too good, obviously, to bid 4 spades as a weak freak raise. So what should I do? Any thoughts? I think some people might think that Jacoby 2-no trump could be a good shot. But for me, it's very important with Jacoby 2-no trump to make sure that you've got 4 card support for partner. I think the best bid, Gwyn suggested a Bergen raise. Bergen raise, I think this hand is probably a little bit too good for an invitational. So Harleen suggested 3-no trump. So Jane, 3-no trump. Okay, those 3-no trump bids, do some of you play them as a balanced type of raise? Helen suggested 2 hearts. Jenny, 3-no trump. So 3-no trump is okay, provided partner thinks you've got 3 card support for them. Now, here's why my main reason for rejecting 3-no trump. I want to reject 3-no trump because typically, if you play that as a 3-card raise, your shape should also be 4-3-3-3 with 3 card support. Okay, just bear that in mind for those who like the 3-no trump balanced raise. It normally should be a 4-3-3-3. So on this particular hand, I think I'm just too good for a Bergen raise. I think that should be up to about 11. So here, 12 with a decent 5-card suit. I'm going to agree with Helen. I'm going to bid 2 hearts on this hand. Partner bid 2 spades. So what do we know about partner's 2 spade bid? Less than 3 hearts, 5 or more spades, 11 to 21. Oh, let's count our losers. Well, in losers, we actually probably have about 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Only 7 losers. Good. So let's go for 4 spades. Most of the field will be in it, so I think we should try to mimic what the field is going to do on this hand. Okay, well, partner got a little bit excited with that hand. Singleton, queen of hearts, and no aces in their hand. They like to bid, obviously. So let's play the 7 of clubs. No, I can't find the 2-spade bid for the 1-spade opening. Now they're continuing clubs. So I think we're going to win the king in our hand. This is not good. I think we're going to go a few tricks down here, everyone. Didn't I say I should have passed 2 spades? Okay. Oh dear. Been there before. Oh, this is disastrous. Let's win with the ace. That's all the trumps gone. So let's see if we can sneak a heart through here. Oh, maybe we can. Oh no, we didn't even get that. So we're going to claim the rest of the tricks. Here, everyone. So let's trump here low. And then let's pull a check for lurkers, as they say. Well, they're all gone, aren't they? And now we're looking good, so we can now claim the rest of the tricks. Claiming, there we go. Okay. Yeah, Elizabeth asked me if this session's been recorded. Yes, everyone, it has been recorded, which is great. There you go, that was our 8-board set. Let's have a look at our results. They're coming up. Oh, Daniel beat us. Damn you, Daniel. But everyone, thank you. This has been recorded, this session. Now, tomorrow's lesson again, 10 o'clock. And I'll keep feeding information in relation to the free duplicate session that's coming up. But everyone, thank you. I hope you enjoyed that.